Most Venerable Rinpoche Ji, Lama Ji, friends, seekers of peace and harmony, everyone is in need of peace, is in need of harmony. Peace is so scarce. Harmony is so scarce. All around the world, so much of disturbances, violence, disharmony. And how can there be harmony and peace in the world when there is no peace and harmony in an individual? Most important thing is to have peace and harmony in the minds of each and every individual. The whole forest has withered away. We want to see it again blooming, green. Not possible. Unless the root of each tree is watered, and unless each tree becomes green, the entire forest cannot become green. We talk of world peace. For me, peace for the individual is of utmost importance. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is miserable. Misery because of this and misery because of that. How to come out of this misery? How to enjoy real peace, real harmony? One has to investigate deeply within oneself why one gets agitated, why one loses peace, why one loses harmony, what is the real cause? Of course, the apparent cause is that I became very unhappy. Some undesirable thing has happened in the life. A desirable thing has not happened in the life. Someone has misbehaved. Someone has insulted me. And I feel I'm miserable, I'm unhappy because of that. Yes, this is true. It is only an apparent truth, not the real truth. The real truth is something else. No one is miserable because of the cause outside. No outside cause can make anyone miserable. The real cause of misery lies inside. In the same way, the real cause of happiness lies inside, not outside. Say someone has insulted me, and I feel very miserable. There is a missing link. Someone has insulted me, and I have become miserable. There is a link in between. What is that link? I have reacted to it. I have generated anger. I have generated hatred. And I have become miserable. The moment I defile my mind, I am bound to become miserable. No power on the earth can help me to come out of misery so long as I keep on defiling my mind. If I generate any negativity in the mind, anger, hatred, ill will, animosity, passion, fear, ego, any impurity, I am bound to become miserable. This is universal law of nature. Whether one keeps on calling oneself a Buddhist or a Hindu or a Christian or a Muslim makes no difference. Whether one calls oneself an Indian or an American or a Russian or a Chinese makes no difference. Human being is human being. As and when one generates any impurity in the mind, the nature starts punishing this person. Then and there, you have broken the law of the nature. Nature wants you to keep your mind pure, and you have broken that law. You are punished. You live in a country, you have to accept the law of the country. You must be law-abiding citizen of the country. If you break the law, the government will punish you. That punishment may take a long time. You go from one court to the other court to the other court, may take years, and then only you might be punished. Or you might save yourself. There are ways and means. But the law of nature, you have to suffer then and there. The moment you generate any impurity in the mind, craving, clinging, aversion, hatred, ego, any impurity, you are the first victim of that. When you generate anger to harm others. But you become the first victim of your anger. Along with anger, the misery arises. Along with craving, the misery arises. Along with every impurity, misery arises. You purify your mind, make it pure, no more impurity. When the mind is pure, another law of nature, again universal law of nature, a pure mind will always be full of love, full of compassion, full of goodwill. And as soon as you generate love, compassion, goodwill in your mind, the law of nature again starts working. You get reward from the law of nature. You get so much of peace, so much of harmony. So simple. And yet, we remain so ignorant. We give so much importance to the things outside. We have to give importance. We can't run away from the world. We can't run away from the society. We can't run away from our responsibilities towards our family, towards the society. All right. But we have a big responsibility towards ourselves also. What is happening to me? What is happening to me inside is more important to me than what is happening outside. We give so much importance to things outside, remaining ignorant of what is happening inside. And that is why miserable. Ignorance is the base of all miseries. Out of ignorance, you react with craving. Out of ignorance, you react with aversion. And as soon as you react with craving or aversion, you lose the balance of your mind. You lose the equilibrium of your mind. You lose the equanimity of your mind. You lose the peace of your mind. You lose the harmony of your mind. Who is responsible? Nobody else. For entire responsibility of the misery lies inside. And the entire cause of happiness and harmony lies inside. I am responsible for my misery, none else. I am responsible for my happiness, none else. Now how to come out of misery? Mere sermons won't help. We have been listening sermons from very childhood. Oh, people of the world, you should not do this, you should not do this, this is not good for you, not good for us. You should do this, you should do this. Yes, we listen all that, enters one ear and soon comes out of the other ear, gone. And we are as we were. Makes no difference. It can make some difference at the intellectual level, but the habit pattern of the mind, deep inside, remains the same. We are prisoners of our own habit pattern. This habit pattern has to be broken inside at the deepest level of the mind. And this is what the enlightened one did. He rediscovered a path, a way, a technique, how to reach this part of the mind, the deepest mind, where impurity generates and starts multiplying, and it overpowers you. And you are so very much overpowered that you don't know what you are speaking. You perform unwholesome vocal action, you perform unwholesome physical action, and later on you repent, oh, I should not have said like this. This was too bad. I should not have acted like this. It was too bad. I should not have done that. And then you pray to your God or Goddess or all God Mighty. Oh, please excuse me. I should not have done that. Next time, similar situation, similar reaction. Makes no difference. Again, you perform wrong action, and again you repent. What we are doing? Buddha found out where the cause of misery lies. We have to go deep within ourselves. Outside world, we have seen enough. Now let us see the world inside, what's happening inside, for which a technique was rediscovered by him, the technique of Vipassana. Vipassana means to observe the reality as it is, not just as it appears to be, not just as it seems to be, but as it is, in its true nature, in its true characteristic, and that too at the experiential level. It is not an intellectual game. It is not something which should be accepted out of high devotion. Nothing doing. Everyone has to experience the truth oneself, realize the truth as it is oneself, and then find out the cause of misery. And then find out how to get rid of this cause of misery and how to enjoy real peace, real harmony. The teaching is nothing but a way of life. How to live. How to live peacefully and harmoniously within, and how to generate nothing but peace and harmony for the atmosphere outside, so that others can also live in peace and harmony. Again, mere sermons won't do. There must be a way. You have to learn a technique to observe yourself. The reality pertaining to this physical structure, the reality pertaining to this mental structure, the combination of the two, which one keeps on saying, I, mine. How much identification with this physical and mental structure, and how much of attachment towards it. Every attachment brings you nothing but misery. The whole process is a process of truth realization, is a process of self-realization. To understand one's own mind, to understand the interaction of mind and matter, how the mind keeps on influencing the body, and how the body keeps on influencing the mind, how an impurity arises, how it multiplies and overpowers you. All that is to be experienced, and then only you can come out of it. Mere sermons are very good. You have to listen to sermons, you have to read scriptures. For what? To give you inspiration, to give you guidance. But you have to walk yourself. Every step on the path of Dhamma has to be walked by yourself. Nobody else can do anything for you. Nobody will carry you on his shoulders and take you to the final goal. Impossible. Everyone has to work. So everyone has to realize where misery arises, how misery arises. You come to a course of 10 days. First thing, you have to take a vow that at least for these 10 days, I won't perform any physical or vocal action which will harm others, which will disturb peace and harmony of others, which will hurt others. I won't perform any such action. That is called Shila, morality. I shall abstain from killing. I shall abstain from stealing. I shall abstain from sexual misconduct. That means for those 10 days, while you're in the camp, learning this technique, or rather giving a trial to this technique to understand what it is, one has to observe complete celibacy. One has to abstain from speaking lies. One has to abstain from taking any kind of intoxicant. 10 days, not difficult. Whether one was observing these precepts in the past or not doesn't matter. Now you have come here to give a trial to this technique given by the Enlightened One. So these precepts, they are parts and parcels of this technique of meditation. They are the foundation of this technique of meditation. If the foundation goes weak, the entire structure of meditation will collapse. All your efforts will go waste. So for 10 days, the circumstances in which you will be working, the environment, there is no possibility of you are breaking these shilas. And you will be kept busy from morning 4:30 till night 9:30. Busy with your own work that will be given to you. Where you will break any shila. Good. At least for these 10 days, due to this reason or that reason, you are observing perfect shila. Now, you have to start your work. Start your work to realize the truth about yourself. A process of self-realization, a process of truth realization, truth pertaining to yourself, within yourself, to be explored by yourself. You are asked to sit down. Sit down in any posture, not necessarily a lotus posture or half lotus posture. If someone can sit conveniently, nothing wrong, go ahead. Otherwise, any posture that suits you, that keeps you comfortable for longer periods at a stretch, is a good posture for you. But you have to keep your back and your neck straight, which will be helpful in the long run. Eyes gently closed. Mouth gently closed. Now see what reality is manifesting itself. Reality pertaining to yourself, not outside reality. You are exploring the truth about yourself, this mind and matter phenomenon. At the vocal level, you are silent, no action is there. Physical level, you are just sitting, doing nothing, no action is there. Now what is happening? The first reality that you experience is the reality of the breath coming in, the breath going out. Start with that. Natural breath, as it comes in naturally, as it goes out naturally. Don't make it a breathing exercise. Don't try to regulate the breath. This is not pranayam. This is totally opposite to pranayam. In pranayam, you regulate your breath. Here the technique is to develop your faculty of awareness, awareness of the truth as it is, which Buddha said, yatha bhuta, as it is, not a created reality. As it is, the reality, natural reality. The breath as it comes in naturally. The breath as it goes out naturally. If it is long, it is long. You are just aware, it is long. If it is short, it is short. You are just aware, it is short. Passing through the left nostril, you are just aware. Passing through the left nostril. Or passing through the right nostril. As it is. So easy. You have to do nothing. The breath is just naturally coming in, going out, and you are just observing. Keeping your attention at the entrance of the nostrils, you are just observing the breath coming in, the breath going out. So simple. And yet, when you will join a course, you will find so difficult, so difficult. You can't observe even 2 breaths and the mind is gone somewhere. And suddenly you realize, oh, I was here to observe breath, what happened? Again 2 or 3 breaths and again gone somewhere. Now you are realizing the truth about your mind. What a flickering mind I am having. What a agitated mind I am having. Keeps on running here and there. A monkey mind. What is happening? You are just observing. It keeps on running. You bring it back. It keeps on running. You bring it back. And suddenly you feel very irritated. You generate anger, negativity towards your own mind. What sort of mind I am carrying? Such a simple job I have given it to stay here and observe and do nothing. Just observe. Doesn't want to observe even. And the guide will say, no, don't react. No anger. Anger is anger. Whether you generate towards somebody else or towards yourself, anger is anger. It will make you miserable. You are here to come out of this misery. Just observe. If the mind has wandered away, just accept the fact. Oh, the mind has wandered away. All right, the breath is still there. I start again. Again the mind has wandered away. And suddenly you realize, mind has wandered away. Oh, mind has wandered away. You again start. Like this you have to work. Keep on working. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You are working on a small area at the entrance of the nostrils. The smaller the area, and the longer the period of your awareness, the sharper the mind will become. The mind becomes concentrated, sharper and sharper, subtler and subtler. The whole technique is to take you from the grossest reality to the subtlest reality pertaining to the matter, pertaining to the mind, pertaining to the mental contents. The subtlest reality of these 3, and then you transcend and you experience something which is beyond mind and matter. But before reaching that stage, you have to explore the entire field of mind and matter. And this starts with the gross reality. The breath, hard breath coming in, going. 2-3 days, the breath will calm down. The breath will become so subtle, so fine, like a thin thread. As it comes out, it makes a U-turn and goes in immediately. And your mind is also becoming subtler, more and more sensitive. And by the time you reach the 3rd day, you start experiencing subtler reality pertaining to this physical structure. You were keeping your attention on a small area. Within this small area, now you start experiencing some biochemical reaction or the other, some electromagnetic reaction or the other, some physical sensation, maybe heat, maybe cold, maybe perspiration, maybe throbbing, pulsing, vibrating, tingling, heaviness, numbness, something or the other, which is happening throughout the body. every moment, every particle of the body, some sensation or the other is going on. Our mind is so cross, it can't feel. Now you have trained your mind for these 3 days, working with the breath. You have made your mind so subtle, so sharp, so sensitive, it has started experiencing sensations here. And then, the 4th day, you start observing the entire body from head to feet. From the top of the head to the tips of the toes, you keep on observing and you find every particle of the body. Everywhere there is some sensation or the other, some sensation or the other. Just observe objectively. The technique wants you to observe objectively the reality as it is. As it is. Observing, observing, observing. Initially you come across very gross, solidified, intensified sensations like pressure, tension, heaviness, etc. As you keep on observing, observing, law of nature is such, it starts getting disintegrated, and gets dissolved. The entire physical structure, the apparent truth is the solidity, the solid body. But the ultimate truth is, it is nothing but atoms, subatomic particles. Buddha realized 2,500 years ago, and he called them kalapa, tiny little kalapas. The entire body is made of tiny little kalapas. You can't see them. And the tiniest kalapa is also not solid. It is vibration, mere vibration, mere vibration. The entire physical structure is nothing but vibration, vibration, wavelets, wavelets, arising, passing, with such a great rapidity, with such high velocity, arising, passing, arising, passing, arising, passing. Oh, so very impermanent, so very impermanent, so very ephemeral, constantly changing, all the time in a flux, all the time in a flow, changing, changing, changing. The mind, the mental contents, initially you start observing them in a very solidified way. An emotion comes, so solidified, so intense. You observe, you observe, you observe. Of course, with the sensation of the body, you keep on observing, observing. It gets dissolved. Nothing but vibrations, wavelets, wavelets. The entire physical structure, the entire mental structure is nothing but wavelets, wavelets, wavelets. Oh, this was the realization of Buddha when he announced, Sabbo pajjalito loko, sabbo loko, pakampito, pakampito. The entire universe is nothing but combustion and vibration. Combustion and vibration. Yes, he was the greatest super scientist of the world who experienced this truth. Not that an instrument is saying that, not that a scientific apparatus is saying that, his own experience is saying that. And he found out a technique by which everyone can experience it. Sooner or later, it takes time. And once you reach that stage, it becomes so clear to you how this mind and matter is working, what interaction is going on. The entire body is mere vibration, mere vibration. A sound has come from outside. Vibration, vibration. A vibration has come in contact with vibration. The ear is vibration, vibration. The sound is vibration, vibration. A new vibration has started. Like you strike a gong, it starts vibrating. The whole gong starts vibrating. A sound has come and the whole body starts vibrating. Then one part of your mind, in the language of India of those days it was called Vijnana. The nearest English translation can be cognition. That part of the mind cognizes, oh, what happened? Something has happened at the ear sense door. Similarly, something has happened at the eye sense door. A shape, a form, a color has come in contact with the eyes. A sound has come in contact with the ear. A shape has come in contact with the eyes. a smell has come in contact with the nose, or a taste has come in contact with the tongue, or something tangible has come in contact with the body. All vibration, vibration, coming in contact with vibration, a new vibration has started. You will experience all that as you go deeper, deeper, deeper. What happens? Now what happens? Second part of the mind will rise. In the language of those days it was called sanya. It recognizes. Its job is to recognize sound. Oh, what sound? Oh, these are the words of abuse. Oh, words of abuse. These are the words of praise. With the experience of the past, with the memory of the past, this part of the mind recognizes. Not only recognizes, it gives valuation. Abuse, oh, very bad. Praise, wonderful. Praise is wonderful. Abuse is very bad. Mere vibration, and yet evaluation is given to them. Then the third part of the mind starts working. As soon as the valuation is given that this is abuse and very bad, the neutral vibration, the flow of neutral vibration throughout the body turns into very unpleasant vibration. One starts feeling very unpleasant vibration. As soon as valuation is given, oh, this is praise, wonderful, very good, this neutral vibration becomes very pleasant vibration. Third part of the mind, in the language of India of those days, was called Vedana. It starts feeling pleasant, oh, good, unpleasant, very bad. And then the fourth part of the mind starts working, which was called Sanskara, Sankhara. It starts reacting. Abuse, very bad, unpleasant sensation. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Aversion, aversion, hatred, hatred. Praise, wonderful vibration. Wonderful, I like it. I like it more, I like it more. Craving, craving, craving. At the apparent level, you are generating aversion towards the abuse that is given to you, which is also truth, apparent truth. You are clinging or craving for the praise that you hear, apparent truth. But the ultimate truth is that you are reacting to the sensations on your body. That was the biggest discovery of Buddha. Before Buddha, there were teachers in this country. And even after Buddha, there are teachers in this country who keep on teaching us, because I come from the tradition and I have been taught from my childhood that with these sense objects, never become a prey of these sense objects. They are very dangerous. Don't get caught in them. Don't get trapped in them. Don't develop craving towards them. Don't develop aversion towards them. That was the training we had from the childhood. When I came in contact with Buddha's teaching, oh no, Buddha says no. You are not craving to the sense objects. You are not having aversion towards the sense object. The craving and aversion is towards the body sensation. In such detail he goes. A super scientist. Shalayatan, 6 sense doors. Shalayatan pachaya phassa. They come in contact with the object outside. And when they come in contact with the objects outside, phassa pachaya vedana, there is just sensation on the body. Bound to be a sensation on the body. And vedana pachaya tanha. And then the craving or aversion starts because of the sensation on the body. If this part is missing, then everything is missing. Then you are just working at the surface level of the mind. You have not understood Buddha. You can't work unless you go to the depth of your mind where these sensations are there and this part of the mind is constantly reacting to them. The surface level of the mind, which your Western psychologists say, this is the conscious mind. A very small part of the mind. Buddha says, paritta chitta, a very small part of the mind. What about the other part of the mind? In the West you say, unconscious or half-conscious. Nothing is unconscious. Constantly conscious. The other big part of the mind is constantly conscious, but conscious towards the body sensations. It keeps on feeling the body sensation and keeps on reacting to these body sensations all the time, day and night. Even when you are in deep sleep, who is in deep sleep? The so-called conscious mind is in deep sleep. But this part of the mind, the deepest part of the mind, keeps on having contact with the body all the time. You are in deep sleep. A mosquito has come and bitten you. Mosquito has come and bitten you. This part of the mind, the deeper part of the mind, feels immediately, doesn't like it, drives with the mosquito or kills the mosquito. Still there is unpleasant sensation, keeps on screaming it. And deep sleep. Night time, how many times mosquitoes have come and bitten? Morning somebody questions, hey, how many times mosquitoes bitten you? Doesn't know, because there's a big barrier between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. Unconscious mind whole night keeps on aware of the sensations on the body, day and night, even during the day. While say, I am awakened. Without vipassana, I am not awakened. This is apparent level of awakening. There is ignorance inside. But the deeper part of the mind is constantly awake, but constantly awake with the sensations only. So I am sitting down and talking, giving talk. If I am not a vipassana meditator, what happens? This part of my mind, the intellect, keeps on working. The conscious mind keeps on looking at the faces of the people. Do they understand me? Or do they take interest in my talk or not? Are they getting bored? Have they started looking at their watches? I better stop it. They are not taking interest. Or they are taking interest, all right, I prolong a little more. This is all my intellect will be working. But deep inside, that part of the mind has nothing to do with all these things. Nothing to do with the intellect. It keeps on reacting to the body sensations. This heavyweight guru sitting here with heavy weight of the body, some pressure starts somewhere. And this part of the mind says, look, there is pressure. I don't like it. Change. And I change like this. After some time, I change like this. Buddha says, you observe somebody for half an hour and see how many times he does like this, does like this, does like this. Hey, what's happening? Poor chap, he doesn't know himself what is happening. Because such a big barrier between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. One of the disciples, a monk, they were discussing, and the monk said, the most happy person in the world today is this King Bimbisara. He's the king. He has got all the money, prestige, power, everything. He's a very happy person. Buddha says, look, this evening he will be coming to listen to discourses. Just keep on watching him. And see how very agitated this person is. And look at my monks. They are so quiet, so calm, no agitation. Who is happy? Is he happy? Or these monks are happy? Who is happy? Oh, all the time, deep inside agitation is going on. This part of the mind, the deepest part of the mind, is a prisoner of the behavior pattern. And the only behavior is when it feels something pleasant, react with craving. Something unpleasant, react with aversion. Craving, aversion, constantly, day and night. Keep on generating craving, aversion, because of ignorance. Ignorance is not ignorance because you are not studied scriptures. You may keep on studying scriptures. Not ignorance because you have not understood things at the intellectual level. Ignorance because you have not understood the reality by your own experience within yourself. That is ignorance, that is avidya. And now with this, taking away the ignorance, this technique helps you to feel everything that is happening inside. And every time you find a pleasant sensation and a reaction has started, craving. Oh, you come to senses, what craving? This is impermanent. This keeps on changing. Something which is so ephemeral. No purpose, no meaning in reacting towards it with craving or with aversion. A unpleasant sensation, why aversion? It's going to pass away. Look, it passes away. Sooner or later, yes, it passes away. Very pleasant sensation. Sooner or later, it passes away. Nothing is eternal. Nothing is eternal. Why craving? Why aversion? You are changing the habit pattern of your mind by actual practice. The Buddha's teaching is work-oriented. You have to work. Mere intellectual game will not help you. You have to work. And result-oriented. You get the result. Because you start changing the habit pattern of the mind at the root level. At the root level, you are coming out of craving, you are coming out of aversion, you are coming out of... The surface automatically comes out of craving, comes out of aversion. If the root remains sick, then the entire mind will remain sick. If the root of the tree is sick, the tree cannot be healthy. It remains unhealthy. We keep on giving any kind of medicine from outside. Can't help. The root has to be healthy. And Buddha found out that. He called it anusaya klesha. The misery that we have at the depth of the mind, that misery has to go. And that misery will go if you break this habit pattern of reaction of craving, reaction of aversion. Instead of that, if you realize the truth as it is, the reality is that the entire physical structure, the entire mental structure is constantly in a flux, constantly in a flow. That one has to experience. Without experiencing, your intellect can be purified. The surface level of the mind can be purified. But at the deeper level, which is a major part of your mind, we remain blind all the time. No message of the intellect can reach that part of the mind. At the intellect level, one keeps on understanding. If I generate anger, I am the first victim of my anger. If I generate any negativity, I am the first victim of my negativity. I become miserable because of this. I must not generate anger. I should not do this, I should not do that. At the deep level, the habit pattern is such that you keep on reacting. You keep on reacting. How to change this habit pattern? And for this he discovered this wonderful technique. Observe. Observe. Just observe. Do nothing. Just observe. You start with the surface level of the mind, observe, 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 and you go to the root of the mind, the deepest level of the mind, just observe, just observe. This does not mean that Buddha made everybody inactive. Vipassana makes you very active. What you lose is blind reaction. Blind reaction goes away. Whenever you have blind reaction, there is always negativity in it. You are miserable, you make yourself miserable, you make others miserable. And when there is action, not blind action, reaction, but action, it is always full of love, full of compassion. It is pure, because you understand reality as it is. Otherwise, every time you react, you make yourself miserable, you make others miserable. One does not want to make oneself miserable. Who will want to make oneself miserable? And yet out of ignorance, one keeps on generating misery after misery, misery after misery, because one keeps on generating negativity after negativity without understanding why I am doing this. What is happening? One keeps on understanding at the intellectual level, I am generating anger or hatred or envy because something happened outside which I don't like. That is apparent truth. It appears to be so. But deep inside you are reacting because of the unpleasant sensation which you are experiencing. If you just observe that, you are coming out of that habit pattern. You are just observing it. You are coming out of habit pattern. Whole life pattern starts changing. The mind which remains so very much agitated. Because an imaginary I, a created I, and tremendous amount of attachment towards this I. Someone speaks one word against this I, and one becomes so irritated, so agitated, starts generating negativity. Someone does one little thing against this I, one becomes so irritated because of this attachment to this I. Now it becomes so clear. As you go deeper and deeper and deeper, what I? Where is this I? Mere mind and matter. Interaction of mind and matter is going on. And at the behavior, when we deal with the people, you have to say I, me, mine, you, yours. You can't say this mass of atom is talking with another mass of atom. You can't deal with people like that. So for behavior purpose, you have to say I, you have to say you. But at the actual level, where is this I? This is not a philosophical game. Not somebody has to accept it at the philosophical level. This is the actual reality which one has to experience. And more you experience, you will find the ego gets dissolved, dissolved, dissolved. And when the ego gets dissolved, the entire habit pattern starts changing. The entire life pattern starts changing. When the ego is strong, then everything is for me, I, me, I, me. When the ego gets dissolved, then for others. Look, everyone is misery. Everyone is full of misery. Oh, I got this wonderful technique which gave me so much of peace, so much of harmony. I feel like sharing this peace and harmony with others. May more and more people share this peace and harmony. Misery is everywhere in the world, everywhere in the world. This love, this compassion starts coming naturally. You won't have to work for that. A pure mind naturally becomes full of love. Pure love. The love, give. Don't expect anything in return. Full of compassion, full of love, full of goodwill. This is the highest human value which every human being must attain. And here is a technique. A very scientific technique, a very rational technique. No blind faith is involved. Not because the teacher says so, you must accept, nothing doing. Not because Buddha has said so, you must accept, nothing doing. Not because the scripture says so, nothing doing. You experience yourself and you find, yes, it is breaking my negative habit and I am now becoming purer and purer with these qualities of love, compassion, goodwill. Yes, it is worth accepting. Then you live that life. 10 days, you just come and give a trial to the technique given by Buddha to the world and see whether it is really rational or not, whether it is really pragmatic or not, whether it is really result-oriented or not. And if you find, yes, it is, then accept it. Accept it not merely at the intellectual level, accept it not merely at the devotional level, but accept it at the real level. Live the life of Dhamma, live the life of morality, which is good for you and good for others. May all of you find time to experiment this technique, to explore the truth about yourself, come out of the habit pattern which makes you so miserable, and you keep on distributing this misery to others. Instead of that, develop love and compassion of the pure mind. Natural love and compassion. Pure mind has natural love and compassion, not imposed love and compassion, not artificial love and compassion, natural love and compassion. This is the highest goal. Come out of all the miseries. May all of you who attended today may find time, spare 10 days of your life, experience this, the teaching of the Buddha at the deepest level, and enjoy peace and harmony. May all of you enjoy peace and harmony. May the entire world enjoy peace and harmony. We have done a 10-day Vipassana course, but we also do another meditation from time to time. Can we still come to this center to do daily sittings? Well, a good question. We are not here to compare and contrast different techniques. Buddha gave different techniques to different people according to their own background, mental understanding. But with my experience that I have and the experience of so many students, you can try 1, 2, 3, whatever, how many as you like. Then make a decision. This is good for you. And then work on that till you reach the final goal. One step here and one step there and one step here and one step there. You are just wasting your time. You want water and you have to dig a well. You dig 10 feet and then you dig 10 feet and you keep on digging 10 feet here. You will never reach the source of the water. So if you are certain that this is good for you, carry on that. Don't unnecessarily keep on running here and there. There are ways. Take any way that suits you and work seriously. Don't we need this technique every day? Is 10 days enough? Oh no, 10 days you come to a school to learn A, B, C, D, the kindergarten class. And then you have to work. It's a long path. It's just beginning. Of course, it's the right step on the right path, the first step on the right path which will take you to the right direction, to the final goal. You have to work the whole life. You have to live a Dhamma life. Here you learn a technique how to live a life, a good life, a moral life. Can you explain non-killing a bit better? Does it extend to mosquitoes too? Yes, mosquitoes too. Understand, whenever you break any precept, killing or stealing or sexual misconduct or anything, you can't break any of the precept unless you generate some negativity or other in your mind. Some impurities must be there. If you kill even a mosquito, there is aversion. So when you generate aversion, you are the first victim of your aversion. Before killing mosquito, you killed yourself. You killed your own peace, your own harmony. Every time you break a precept, you generate impurity in the mind and you become miserable. So you are not obliging other beings by observing the precepts. You are obliging yourself. Live a happy life. Live a peaceful life. Don't disturb other beings by disturbing yourself first. Is it true that the body-mind is the root of all evil? Mind is the root of all evil. But body and mind are so interrelated, you can't separate them. Mind keeps on influencing the body and body keeps on influencing the mind. A certain impurity has come in the mind, it will have influence on the body, it will give a very unpleasant sensation. And because of the unpleasant sensation, you become more irritated. And you generate more negativity, more sensation in the body, and the vicious circle starts. You have generated anger, there's a very unpleasant sensation in the body. Because of the unpleasant sensation, your anger increases. Because of anger, the sensation increases. And for a long time, you keep on boiling in anger, you are harming yourself. So Buddha gave a way how to break this vicious circle. You observe the sensation, you are out of it. In order to stop the arising of attachment or aversion, is it possible to prevent the arising of the feelings of pleasant or unpleasant, or are they inevitable? Well, every feeling that comes in the mind comes with a sensation on the body. If you are observing the body sensation, mind and matter both are included. Because body is not feeling, the mind is feeling those sensations. So you are changing the habit pattern of the mind. The body is the base where the sensations arise, and if they are pleasant, you start generating craving. If they are unpleasant, you start generating aversion, and you have to change that habit pattern. That is why you are observing body, mind and body. Interaction of these two, you are observing it equanimously. Can you explain the various vipassana techniques that various teachers teach? Oh, no. We are not here. Buddha never taught to quarrel. This is not Buddha's way. There are different ways. If you find certain ways suitable to you, carry on, be happy. My goodwill is always with you. My metta is always with you. But if you keep on quarreling, oh, this is bad, this is good, you try. You try and you find something which is very good to you, which suits you, and you understand it is quite good for you, gives good result, carry on. This or that makes no difference. It is for you to decide. How does one really know what technique will suit you? The technique which gives you freedom from the misery of the defilements of the mind is a good technique for you. Examine. Is anger ever an appropriate response to a situation? There's only one word missing. With anger, you add the word D. It becomes danger. Anger is full of danger. Come out of it. No situation can help you by generating anger. People feel that without anger, somebody may come and exploit me. Dhamma will not allow you, will not say that you allow people to exploit you. If you have to take strong action, take strong action. Vocally or physically, doesn't matter. But deep inside, the base must be full of love, compassion. Compassion towards the same person. He's a miserable person, ignorant person. He doesn't know what he is doing. If somebody has insulted you, he can't insult you without generating anger. And when he is generating anger, he is suffering. He is a miserable person. So you must have compassion for this person, because this person does not understand language which is simple and language which is mild. So you have to use hard language. But hard language, the base must be love. Base must be compassion. Do you think that I might use my judgment to create a combination of vipassana? Well, left to you. My judgment says don't do that. You just choose one, whichever suits you. You keep on doing little bit of this and little bit of that, you won't get anything. Neither you get benefit of this nor of the other. Can you explain how to do both Buddhism meditation, which seems to be concentration, and the Vipassana meditation, which is mindfulness? Well, to some extent, concentration is necessary. That is why for 3 days you are asked to observe your respiration, which gives you concentration on this area. But then you have to observe the reality throughout the body. So the samadhi is for panya, for wisdom, and wisdom means the totality of mind and matter, the interaction of the entire mind and matter, and how impurity arises and how you can get out of it. Would you have an advice on how to deal with my big attachment to a healthy state of planet Earth 1,000 years from now? Attachment is attachment, my friend. It will make you miserable. The moment you have attachment even for Nibbana, I want Nibbana, you are the most miserable person. You are far away from Nibbana. You are running in the different other direction of Nibbana. No attachment. See how to live in a detached way. Detached way, and yet you work. You work and you are detached. You are the most happy person in the world. Ho gaya? Good. Liberated. Be happy. May all of you be happy.